This is the voice of the patriot, where we speak truth to power. Now here we don't criticize, but if we must, we would only do it on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. This is the headquarters of the truth. Because here we are not neutral, we have taken sides, the side of the truth. My brother, my sister, this is the voice of the patriot, and my name, Blakk Rasta. This is our daily editorial, and today we have three very important stories to look at. Story number one, and I'm taking this from Ghana Word. It says, as I read, National Cathedral, Godfred Dami lied to the Supreme Court on usage of state funds. And this is Kofi Bentel speaking. I read. Vice President of Imani, Kofi Bentel, has accused former Attorney General and Minister of Justice Godfred Dami of misleading the Supreme Court of Ghana on the use of state funds for the National Cathedral project. Now, according to Kofi Bentel, Mr. Dami peddled falsehoods when he told the Apex Court that state funds would not be used for the Cathedral project, except that he accept what he termed as seed money, despite knowing that more public funds were being spent. Now, Bentel further criticized both Dami and the Supreme Court, which dismissed a case brought by James Kwabena Bomfrey, former youth organizer of the Convention People's Party, challenging the use of public funds for the cathedral. In my view, the AG lied. I don't know how to put this, but in short, this is one of the reasons why the present Chief Justice is facing what she's facing. Some of us were disappointed that in the face of things, it seemed there were preconceived decisions. He continued, my own brother, the AG, lied because he had those facts and went and controverted what Bomfrey said. And the judges, instead of taking judicial notice, looking at the facts in front of them, lied. In fact, lined up behind government in the face of things that we could all see. Bentel added, now the belief in the government was not founded. There was evidence in front of them, and it could be checked. His remarks follow revelations from an audit report by Deloitte, which confirmed that state funds were indeed used for the Cathedral project, contrary to assurances previously given by the Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo-led government. Minister of State in charge of government communications, Felix Kwachi Ofosu, disclosed details of the report during press briefing on July 18, 2025. He stated that financial irregularities linked to the controversial National Cathedral project amounted to $97 million American dollars. Well, my brother, it is so sad where our country is going to. People will vote into power, hoping that they will be able to ameliorate the problems that we have as a people. They rather come in and make it worse. A man prayed to God. When he was praying to his God, I wasn't there. The people of Ghana were not there. He asked God for a barter trade. He told God, if you, God, make me president in 2016, having tried 2 times and I couldn't make it, I will build you a house. like David wanted to. But you told him, no, your son Solomon shall build it. I will be the Solomon of this generation and build you that house, and we shall call it a cathedral. My brother, my sister, we were told that no public funds were going to be used. The Attorney General, as you saw in this report, told all Ghanaians that no public money was going to be used. It was a personal promise to God, and therefore a president who is responsible will responsibly look for personal money to accomplish this goal. My brother, my sister, we saw him gallivant around Israel. He picked a certain stone, ferried it all the way across the oceans to this country, because Israel is the only holy place on earth. We can't find any other holy place in Ghana, let alone the whole of Africa. My brother, my sister, he brought the stone. They laid the stone as the foundation. They crashed the buildings of judges and other diplomatic buildings. My brother, my sister, they went into building a house, starting from the roof. No common sense. Idiots came together to steal the nation's money in the name of the Lord. We saw self-styled prophets, men of God, all rallied around this. If those men of God, my brother, my sister, meant anything good for Ghana, you know what they would have done? They would have said, you know what? The nation, even though needs a certain cathedral, this is not the right time for it. But all of them came together, poured oil on the bald head of the president, spoke in tongues in the ears of the president, and encouraged him to go on this highway robbery of the Ghanaian people. My brother, my sister, they were bent on building the so-called cathedral. They said they were going to raise private monies. They brought their prophets and self-styled men of God who all endorsed this thievery. My brother, my sister, then we realized that they had thrown so much dust into our eyes. They were on a highway robbery spree. Things started to come out. My brother, my sister, they dug a very expensive hole. They went ahead to get a designer, an internationally renowned designer, who came, and then they siphoned our money through this guy, stealing from the people. My brother, my sister, we were originally told that it was some 54 million American dollars or so. Today we are told that it's as high as how much? It's as high as how much? Initially they said it was 58 million American dollars. Today we are told that it's 97 million American dollars, all spent in a very lubricated hole that now houses reptiles and tadpoles. My brother, my sister, as a Ghanaian, I feel truly bad. As a Ghanaian, it's the worst time to be one. In fact, we have to rescue this nation, inshallah. It is sad, my brother. Those who claim to be rescuing the nation are those who are sinking the nation deeper into the abyss. What kind of a people are we? When it became so overly embarrassing, Archbishop Duncan Williams packed bag and baggage and ran out of the hot hole. Eastwood Anaba saw that it was becoming too hot in the cathedral hole. He jumped out like a mole from that hole, my brother, my sister. But some others continued to hold faith with this highway robbery. Today we are told that they stole up to about 97 million American dollars. In the days of Rawlings, all these people, including the so-called men of God, who vouched for this highway robbery would be tied to stakes and shot and killed in broad daylight. And Ghanaians will applaud. Today, because of democracy, a lot of these thieves who have become the so-called self-styled men of God, growing their pot bellies, my brother, my sister, are living in luxury at the expense of the average Ghanaian. How much money were they paid anytime that they had board meetings? 97 million American dollars with nothing to show but an overly lubricated hole that houses reptiles, my brother, my sister, and amphibians. Am I not angry? Should I not be angry? My brother, my sister, and these people still wanted us to maintain them in power. What an insult. 97 million American dollars sank into an overly lubricated hole. My brother, my sister, if you want, you can call it a manhole. My brother, my sister. And this president and his cousin were busily quoting the Bible, unprovoked, holier than thou. Today, my brother, my sister, his cousin is on the run. And the American people are going to ship him in on a silver platter to us here to deal with. Appointees are being investigated right now. Some of them are even holding mark shots. We are taking mark shots of them and parading social media with these. What is happening to our country? How can we stop all this thievery? Our presidents have too much power. And I'm looking forward to President Mahama keeping his word to have the constitution reviewed so that our dictator presidents at least can be shaved off all these extra unwarranted powers and be made true leaders. To Nana Akufo-Addo, I'm so ashamed of you that you ever even became my president. We thought that you were a man who believed in God. But now we know that you have used and scammed God himself. You are a scammer. You scammed God. You told God to do something for you, and in return you will do something back. God did it for you, and you have scammed him. How was God going to live in that house of scam? House of scam. Today I was reading the book of Micah. Those of you who know the Bible, go and read Micah 1. Yes, chapter 1. God is talking about destroying Samaria, my brother, my sister, and of course, Jerusalem. Why is God destroying them? Because they have filled God's house with filth and dirt. I'm glad that cathedral was never built. But this stealing will hang around your necks, will bite you every single second until you give up the ghost. I leave it here. Now the next thing I want to look at is equally interesting. I'm reading that also. My brother, my sister, to your hearing. This one is coming from My Joy Online, and I need you to come along. It says, and I read, I can't defend any NDC member, not even my twin brother, NPP's Abanga Yakubu, over brothers' probe in Galamsey allegations. And I read, the New Patriotic Party's NPP parliamentary candidate for the Awin constituency, Fuseni Abanga Yakubu, has reacted to allegations against his twin brother, Yakubu Abanga, who is also the third vice chairman of the National Democratic Congress, regarding the his alleged involvement in illegal mining, commonly known as Galamsey. Now, speaking to Joy News, at the NPP Delegates Conference on July 19, 2025, Mr. Fuseni said that while he has not personally witnessed his brother participating in Galamsey, he believes his brother is capable of such activities by virtue of his affiliation with the NDC. Wow. As an MPP member, I am happy that Iyoko is investigating my brother, he said. I actually want more reports like this so I can send a message to Ghanaians. Mahama promised to end Galamsey, but look at what is happening. When asked if he believed his brother was indeed involved, Mr. Fuseni replied, to be honest, I can't defend any NDC member. They are capable of doing anything, but I have never seen him do Galamsey. He went further to say that he would not defend any member of the opposition party, adding that he welcomes negative reports about both the NDC and the ruling government if it helps expose wrongdoing. So his name is Abanga Yakubu, and he holds a certain position with the NPP. He has a twin brother who is with the NDC and is the third whatever chairman of the NDC. And he's out there to say something. The brother is being investigated alongside some other people, including Yamin, over allegations of Galamsey, illegal mining. My brother, my sister, and these are the comments he has. My brother, I must applaud the NDC. Hey, what a party! In fact, I have to applaud John Dramani Mahama for him to have the courage and the power and the energy to investigate his own party members, who played a very pivotal role in winning power for the party. I must say that this is a man who thinks, drinks, sleeps, walks Ghana. Under the NPP, we saw how charlatans destroyed our land, flora and fauna. One of those wound to me. He went on TV, and in the full glare of TV cameras, translated to us on our TVs at home, we saw a charlatan showing gold that he had stolen from the land called Ghana. My brother, my sister, under the NPP, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's NPP, we saw how chairman of their party tell us the party Hieska, and when excavators were even seized, instead of having them touched, which I was utterly against though, as ordered by Nana Addo Dankwa Akuffo Addo, they rather decided to free excavators that belong to party members. We saw that, we heard that, and they boasted about it. Am I right or am I wrong? Today, my brother, my sister, Yamin is under investigation. Abanga Yakubu's twin brother is under investigation. My brother, anybody who does Galamsey in this country is not fit to be called a human being. They are less than pigs. And I say that I will never apologize for this. My brother, what kind of a man are you that is flying in a balloon and at the same time you are puncturing that balloon? Where do you want to go? Higher, or you want to descend into your grave? Would a pig even do this? What kind of money do you want? What kind of wealth, what kind of riches do you want that would make you a human being with fully developed senses via brains? Will destroy the land, destroy water bodies in order to get this wealth. At the end of the day, these are the people who are looking for citizenships in America. They are those looking for citizenships in other countries around the world. Why? Well, let me come to Abanga Yakubu. For him, party partisanship is better than brotherliness. What a traitor. You are a dirty traitor. You Abanga Yakubu. Because of a political party, you can sell out your brother. That's a shame. I wish he had said, I cannot defend anybody who is under investigation. My brother, my sister, as long as I am convinced that this is what they do, then I cannot defend them. But he says, if those people belong to his party, the NPP, then he can defend them. After all, the NPP is a party of angels. Such a dirty traitor. Why? Because of party partisanship. This guy is ready to sell out his brother, even though he has never seen him do galamsey. He says the fact that he belongs to this party is enough for him to sell him out and say that he's a traitor. Does it make sense to you? Tell me honestly. I don't like the NPP ideologically. I have never liked the NPP ideologically. But can I say that I don't trust every NPP member? No, I will be wrong. There are some NPP people that I love so much and I trust. The fact that they belong to a party that has no conscience. My prayer is that they will change. After all, we all have our times and seasons that our brains work properly and we decide to make the big move. I would not say that anybody that belongs to the NPP is a traitor. No. Some of them are there by default. Some of them are also there, my brother, my sister, for one reason or the other. When they come to that level of consciousness, they will take yet a different decision. It's a shame. But for the Attorney General, my brother, my sister, the Minister of Justice, my brother, my sister, Dr. Dominic Akuritinga Ayini, you're doing a good job. Let the institutions work. A few people are trying to scare you. They are trying to intimidate you. But you are unintimidatable. Because where you come from, the word intimidation does not exist in the lexicon. Have I made myself clear? I leave it here. Now the final story I'm going to look at is a history bit. But we'll look at it. I'm reading from Ghana Web. And it says, see rare poster of J.B. Dankwa opposing Ghana's Republican Constitution. And I'm just going to read a couple of lines and we are okay. It is a known fact that Dr. Joseph Boachi Dankwa, one of the leading figures of the United Gold Coast Convention, was opposed to the way Ghana's first president, Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, wanted Ghana to attain independence. While Dr. Nkrumah was fighting for self-government, now Dr. J.B. Dankwa was for self-government at the earliest possible time. And he, Dankwa, did all he could to ensure that the country got independence. History shows that Dr. Dankwa wrote a letter to the state queen of England, Elizabeth II, who was the head of state of Ghana then, urging her not to assent to a law which would make Ghana a republic. So I think there's a slip up there. So Dankwa did everything he could in order to stop Ghana from getting independence. That's how it should have read. My brother, my sister, I continue. Now, the founding member of the UGCC, appears, even campaigned against Ghana's Republican Constitution. And there is this thing that you see right here, which says, vote Dr. Dankwa and vote no to Republican Constitution. Save Ghana now. So this is what it is, and history never lies. These were the people who were against the independence of this country. And even when we went ahead to get our independence, 3 years later, when we wanted to be a republic, truly independent, devoid of all kingships and empires, my brother, my sister, devoid of all emperors and empires, kings and kingdoms, just one homogeneous republic, Dankwa was against it. Dankwa did not want Ghana to be a republic. What does it mean to say a republic? One homogeneous country with no emperors and empires. One homogeneous country with no kings and kingdoms, so that the Gomba kingdom would cease to exist. The Mamprusi kingdom would cease to exist. In fact, it will still be on the ground, but on paper, it will be non-existent. It will no longer be called a kingdom. It will be called a part of Ghana. My brother, my sister, that was what it was. J.B. Dankwa didn't want the idea. And he said, save Ghana now. When we were advocating for independence now, at the time that it mattered most, he said, independence at the earliest time possible. But in order to save Ghana, in his own words, he said, save Ghana now, as you saw in that poster. My brother, my sister, these were people who were so envious of Kwame Nkrumah. People who became overly jealous of the speed at which Nkrumah was moving in his fight for independence. And Nkrumah beat all of them combined. He beat them hands down. He succeeded in getting us the independence. And today, these are the people who say that they were part of securing independence for the nation, the Big Six. How did they get independence for us when they busily were fighting Kwame Nkrumah so that the Queen of England would not even give us independence? They wrote letters. They became modern day Paul, writing letters to the Corinthians. My brother, my sister, this was what J.B. Dankwa did. He fought our independence. We beat him down, hands down. When we wanted to be a republic, they decided that no, they didn't want it again. He failed again. Today there's a whole circle named after him, Dankwa Circle. For what? Are we a serious people? If anything at all, my brother, my sister, Dankwa should be one of those we should put in the book of villains of the nation, so that many more people will learn. You know, these are subjects that I like so much. If I am not careful, I am going to keep talking and talking and talking and get emotional and emotional and emotional. And today I don't want to go there.